I talk a lot about mind, body, and heart on this channel and the connection, the communication between those, because that's what we are. We are mind, body, and heart. And throughout our lives, we've learned how to live in our minds. This disconnects us from our hearts. And our minds are not skilled or have the functionality to actually be in charge of our lives. It does not know how to do that except for when keeping us in survival mode. So stay tuned for a little exercise and tool that is super easy, super useful, extremely powerful to help you move out of your mind and into your heart, where your dreams, desires, hopes, opportunities, and possibilities come from. Hi, I am Carina. Welcome to Life Inside and Out with Carina. On this channel, we talk about life from the inside and out because we create everything in our experience from the inside and out. It moves from the core of who we are and out to the world around us. So, we are talking about moving our awareness, moving our focus, moving ourselves out of the mind and into our heart. And the reason we want to do this is because our minds do not have the skills or the functionality to actually be in control of our lives. And we have put it in control from a very early age, unknowingly. That we're doing ourselves a disfavor. The generations before us were taught to do the same, and we're in survival mode, most of us, and we are here to be in thriving mode. Thriving mode means that we're living our dreams, we're living our passions, we're helping, we're making the world a better place to live in. And we're doing it continuously and from our hearts, from the core of who we are. And a very, very useful tool for doing that is to simply put our hands on our hearts. One hand, both hands, just focus on it, do a namaste, do a prayer, whatever floats your boat. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is that you feel comfortable with it and that you're doing it. So put your hand on your heart. That's the first step. Take a few deep breaths. And when I say deep breaths, I want you to breathe all the way in through your lungs and your stomach. But I want you to imagine breathing in through your heart. And when you take the breath out, I want you to imagine breathing it out through your heart. And to do it fully, because we often don't breathe out fully, which leaves like old air in our lungs and in our systems. So hand on the heart, a few deep breaths. Just imagine breathing in and out through your heart when you do this. And if you do not feel an instant calmness, you will eventually when you do this. Because this moves your awareness down from your mind and into your heart. And because you have lived your life in your mind for such a long time, the awareness will move back into your mind very quickly. So you need to practice, you need to teach your mind to drop the awareness into your heart instead of being in charge. You need to allow your mind to let go of the control it has. It's a practice, it's a tool, it's an exercise, and it needs to be used to do the work, and you need to allow it time. There's no miracle that will change everything in your life like that. It's taking you this long to get to where you are today. Give it some space, give it some time, give yourself some leeway to move your life into the direction you want it to be. Because first you have to stop the train that you're on, that's going in whichever speed it's going, in the wrong direction, in the direction you don't want it to go. And you need to stop it, you need to slow it down, you need to stop it, and it needs to do that before it can turn around. So don't worry, it's not going to be dangerous, it's not going to be, it might be hard at times, because that's life, right? We learn from it, we take the moments where it's hard, where it's difficult, when it's chaos, when it hurts, when we're confused and frustrated and angry and whatever it is that we are. We take those moments, we look at them, and we put our hands on our hearts and we breathe through our hearts for as long as it takes, until we can find some sort of peace in the situation. Because the mind loves to be creative, and when we're not being creative from the heart, the mind will come up with creative things to focus on. It loves drama, it loves problems, because it knows it can never solve them. It's not creating them to be able to solve them, because if it solves them, it just has to go and create something new, right? It wants to be creative, and when we're not allowing it to be creative in a positive, heart-sourced way, it creates its own whatever it is. That's the way it works. Okay, so do this breathing as often as you want, but at least every morning and every evening. First thing when you wake up in the morning, or among the first things when you wake up in the morning, and before you go to sleep at night. This will connect you to the universe. It will connect you to the heart. It will connect you to who you are. It will connect you to what you want to do, what you want to be, because we all want to be something more than we are. It's in our nature. There's nothing wrong with it. It's natural. It's one of the most natural things there is. That we want to grow, we want to expand, we want to thrive. And we just cannot thrive when we live our lives from our minds. We can only survive. So, thank you, and I will see you next week. Bye.